Well, hello there everyone, welcome back to another video of the F1 2020 Driver Career Mode with Alfa Romeo, episode number 88 for the Japanese Grand Prix of Season 6, round number 9. But yes, Carlos Sainz, of course, is retiring along with me because this series, of course, we're reaching the end of this career mode. 88 episodes. It's been a journey of a year, really. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get this amount to go this far in a career mode again, really. But anyway, one final upgrade on the tyre wear, really, just to sort of manage it in a 100% race, and also one final time in a classic car. This time Nigel Mansell's car. It's a nice V10 engine, and I'll let you hear it one last time. You cannot beat the sound of a V10 engine. But anyway, well, we only had to drive ironically around Brazil because that's where we are for the final round. Had a couple of failures actually. One on an ERS failure, and also the Ultimate Aero upgrade on the rear. So that's annoying that those two have both failed. We purchased those in the previous episode. So after all of the upgrades we put on this season, we're still the second to worst car on the grid. I mean, to be fair, there's a that's a chasm, a cliff between ourselves and Haas. So hopefully those upgrades will propel us through, especially the fact that I'll probably be thinking about the regulation change, which we don't need to think about because there's no point, because this is the for an ultimate episode. But moving to qualifying then, Japan, a track that I don't like on F1 2020 because I have absolutely no pace in sector 1 at all. The tyres just overheat after one lap, and really it's just pain. And you can see here, I mean, it's worse. It's actually worse than Zandvoort, because at Zandvoort, yes, the front left was 107 degrees. This is only 105. But here, the front right's overheating as well. As Charles Leclerc got lost. I don't know where he think he was going. He got lost at Suzuka as well. So he's got lost, as did Valtteri Bottas as well. I found him just lost, wandering about. I don't know, maybe trying to corner cut to make up some time, really. Anyway, moving back to my lap, our fastest lap at the end of the session, of course. A fresh set of tyres with slightly up on our first through the S's. I hate this section. We just got understeer. I am running an alternative setup, which gives me more straight line speed in sector 3. So yeah, I've tried to. There's no point trying to make me faster in sector 1 because it's just not. I'm just not going to be faster, really, due to the tyre wear. So it might as well focus on being a lot faster in sector 3 with the setup. So that's what I've done. Across the line, though, it's not a big improvement, and it's only enough for P18. Yes, that's what that is last, actually just last place, because the Hasses technically don't count anymore. Interestingly, Alfa Tauri won too. Gasly's been nowhere. I mean, yes, he's been consistent second and third place. Magnussen's not been there as well. Well, 16th and 18th on the grid. It's going to be a tough one. Time for the race.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. 18 corners make up a lap of the incredible figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit, with 10 to the right and 8 to the left, for a distance of 3.6 miles. Average lap speeds around here are fairly quick. If it stays dry, then expect somewhere in the region of 136 miles per hour. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Can we begin by having a chat about Charles Leclerc? What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship victory, and the pressure now surely off, with the title already in the bag.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Pierre Gasly lines up on pole position, with Kevin Magnussen alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, and Verstappen, Ocon, Sainz, Giotto, and Alexander Albon, Joe, Stroll, Nicholas Latifi, and Russell, Kvyat, and an Alfa Romeo, Antonio Giovinazzi. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Nick de Vries, Matsushita, and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
That's going to be tough, Jeff. With six, we got lucky. We're up to 16th. We're going to try one last time in this series. The alternative strategy in a 25% race, starting on mediums, going to softs. Yeah, I don't know. As I said, this strategy has only worked once or twice out of the multiple times we've done it. But anyway, 5 red lights come on for the Japanese Grand Prix, the penultimate round, and away we go. And it's a good start, better than Kvyat and Russell. I'm going to switch the the outside. Excuse me, that's the racing line. That's where we want to go. So you're trying to go around the outside. I think of one of the McLaren. We have to sort of back out hard. It puts us back in the path of Latifi. We're going to have to squeeze them out going into the S section through into sector 1 and moved up into P12, 4 places gained. So we now move on to the back of Stroll and Giotto. They're both battling hard up to the hairpin. This is where the AI tend to be slow, and we're going to double dive. Giotto squeezes me to the grass on the left hand side. Hand of frustration comes out. Yeah, he did not want to give me any space whatsoever. Unlike Leclerc, Japan yesterday, we didn't. Sorry, Japan or Austria, excuse me. Yesterday we didn't really touch. Getting enough traction on the grass there, as Gasly does indeed lead this Grand Prix, but I think you can see behind Magnussen has lost second place to Leclerc, so Magnussen's got a lot of work if he wants to claim his second Grand Prix victory in this series. Gasly, I think he's won 2 or 3 already, as Giotto goes on the inside, and I think Giotto, what was he? Okay. This is okay. We're going to get a replay. We'll see how close this is. Is he close to making an overtake? He's drawn side by side, and it's just no way that he can really go side by side through that corner, because it's just a fast-flowing corner. As Magnussen has in fact gotten back in front of Leclerc off screen story, but I don't think that's my fault. I try to give Giotto as much room as I can, bearing in mind there is a little bit of potential understeer as well, understeer, just everything steer, not being able to get it with the lower wings that I'm running. So I don't think that's my fault, but let me know what you think in the comments below. But anyway, moving on, pit stop 2.7, that's a lot better from Alfa Romeo. They've learning, which is good, because considering the fact they were at 3.2 when we joined them, but obviously it's out in 19th. Guanyu Zhou's the promoter man as we come out ahead of Nicholas Latifi. So we're back up into P10 on lap 9. So we've managed to get through the temperatures, but now the temperatures on those tyres are going to soar to to as high as an oven, as Magnussen is back out on the hard tyres and is starting to slow up Leclerc and Vettel as Gasly starts to sail off into the sunset for victory. But moving to lap 12, you can see here that we have absolutely no pace on these soft tyres. Albon sides way up the road, so 10th is pretty much all I can do, and Latifi is closing in his Williams. A Williams car that hasn't really looked great. So they got on the grass there, and it's going to go side by side again, and it's happened again, twice now, same corner. Latifi tries to get on the grass. It's side by side. That's, yeah. That I don't think is my fault either. Again, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, enough about that. Pierre Gasly becomes the first non-Ferrari powered engine to win this season, and he wins from pole. Very dominant race from the Frenchman in the AlphaTauri. We're going to come through for P10 in the end. Stroll, I don't know if he was asleep, like I was at Monaco and Zandvoort. Across the line we come then for an okay P10. I'll take points here. I mean, this isn't a good track for me, so I know that not getting points, getting even just 1 point is good enough. Lando Norris was in the train that was behind me, so he gets driver of the day because in fact he started last, up to 13th. But you can see they're half a minute behind Gasly. We know that obviously with I can be a little bit better with that as well. Ferrari though, beaten comfortably. I mean, it's not even luck that we got. We had a lot of luck at Canada to beat them. So yes, Russell, unfortunately he only finished 15th, but it's close going into the final episode for 4th place, because we have a 3-point lead over Magnussen, 1 point further, 1 point behind is Sainz, and a further 4 points behind him is Bottas. So 8 points separating 4th and 7th. Albon and Verstappen have been hopeless this series. Yes, we're not going to get 4th place, but 5th place in the constructors isn't bad going.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Did you feel that things went well for you today?
I think we did. I don't think the crashes weren't. Yeah, a little bit too aggressive, but I think that on the whole we took the opportunity, and the strategy worked well by undercutting Latifi in the end.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
I just think that's over aggression, but I'm not going to comment on that anyway.
Cannot be serious.
Well, I don't think I think we'll need to have a word with Codemasters if she returns in F1 2021. Hopefully she does not. Yes, one final upgrade I forgot about was this minor upgrades, brakes upgrades. So that's going to come in time for Brazil as well. DRS. No, we've missed out on that, but we don't really need it anyway. Obviously, you can see that we're not really focused on adapting the parts really anyway. For the regulation change, as I mentioned earlier. But yes, if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more F1 driver career mode videos as and when they come out. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.